The internet didn't just explode, it went into lockdown mode. One accusation, one furious outburst, and a rumor so dark that fans are saying this feud just crossed into territory nobody ever wanted to see. Remy is trending for all the wrong reasons after raging online over claims that Claressa Shields crossed the line, with whispers spiraling that what started as messy celebrity beef has allegedly turned into something far more dangerous. And before anyone breathes, let's be clear. These are allegations, rumors, and online claims, not confirmed facts. But the chaos they've unleashed, very real. According to what's flooding social media, Remy believes someone wanted her seriously harmed. Screenshots, voice note rumors, and so-called insider leaks are spreading like wildfire, with fans claiming the situation escalated beyond diss tracks and public shade. The timeline is eerie. Remy goes silent. Claressa pops out unbothered. Papoose stays smiling. And suddenly the internet is asking questions nobody is comfortable asking out loud. Twitter turned into a war zone overnight. Some fans are screaming that this has gone way too far. Others are saying the tension has been building for months and something finally snapped. Old clips are being replayed with new meaning. Lyrics are being treated like evidence. And every move Claressa makes is being watched like a chess piece. Nothing about this feels playful anymore. This doesn't feel like clout. This feels raw, emotional, and volatile. And if even a fraction of what's being alleged is true, again, alleged, this could be one of the most explosive celebrity feuds in years. Stay right here, because once accusations like this hit the timeline, there is no way to rewind what happens next. The chaos didn't begin with a gunshot or a siren. It began with silence, and in hip-hop culture, silence is never empty. Fans noticed it immediately. Remy Ma, a woman known for never backing down, never ducking smoke, suddenly went dark. No posts, no appearances, no slick captions, no energy. And that's when the whispers started turning into panic. According to what began circulating in private group chats and then spilled onto public timelines, Remy Ma was allegedly furious behind the scenes, telling people close to her that something went too far. Not a diss, not a freestyle, not a messy love triangle, something darker, something she allegedly interpreted as a real threat. And the name being whispered over and over again was Claressa Shields. To be absolutely clear, there is no confirmed evidence of any violent act. What exists are rumors, allegations, and online speculation. But the intensity of those rumors is what has people shaken. Insiders, and yes, these are so-called insiders, claim Remy believed lines were crossed after a series of escalating public moments. It didn't start violent, it started petty. A lyric change on stage that fans immediately clocked as shade. The delivery was cold, the stare was deliberate. The crowd reacted before social media even caught up. Clips went viral within minutes. Comment sections lit up with the same question. Who was that for? Most people thought they knew. Not long after, Claressa Shields dropped a confrontational freestyle that many fans interpreted as a direct response. Aggressive language, heavy energy, talk of dominance. Again, interpretation, not confirmation. But perception matters online, and the internet decided these two women were no longer throwing subliminals, they were throwing threats. The comments turned brutal. Claressa was dragged, Remy was praised. And according to online chatter, that public dragging may have shifted something behind the scenes. This is where the rumors turned chilling. Accounts started claiming Remy felt unsafe, that she told someone she didn't like the energy around her, that she was advised to lay low. Then came the most explosive allegation that Remy believed someone connected to Claressa had allegedly tried to check her in real life. Not a confirmed hit, not an attack verified by police. Just an alleged incident, relayed through whispers, DMs, and secondhand posts that spread faster than facts could catch up. Fans began connecting dots that may or may not belong together. Remy's sudden disappearance, Claressa canceling appearances, security changes, vague captions, everything became evidence. Twitter threads grew into novels. TikTok creators spoke in hushed tones like they were covering a crime documentary. And the phrase, "this isn't rap beef anymore," started trending. Remy's past made the rumors hit harder. Fair or not, people remembered her history with violence and incarceration. They remembered that she's been to prison and survived it, that she's not easily rattled. So when fans believed she was rattled now, the fear escalated. "If Remy is scared," one viral tweet read, "then something is wrong." Meanwhile, Claressa Shields' reputation as fearless, aggressive, and unapologetic added fuel to the fire. Fans debated endlessly. Some said she's a fighter, not a street person. Others claim she has ties and influence beyond the ring. Again, claims, not proof. But once the internet smells danger, logic gets drowned out by adrenaline. The most damaging moment came when a supposed leaked message began circulating. No verified source, no confirmed sender, just a screenshot that allegedly showed Remy venting to someone close, saying she felt set up and played. The internet ran with it. Blogs posted it with question marks. Fans treated it like gospel. Claressa's name trended next to words nobody should ever trend next to. Still, no police reports, no official statements, just escalating fear and speculation. Remy remained silent publicly, which only made the storm worse. In this culture, silence doesn't mean calm. It means lawyers. It means strategy. It means something is being handled quietly. People began asking uncomfortable questions. Was this all miscommunication blown out of proportion? Was Remy reacting emotionally to online humiliation? Or did something actually happen that we don't know about yet? The internet doesn't wait for answers, it creates them. And then the tone shifted again. A rumor surfaced that Remy had allegedly told someone, "This ain't entertainment anymore." That sentence alone sent shockwaves, because when beef stops being entertainment, the ending is never pretty. At this point, nobody was talking about music. Nobody was talking about bars. They were talking about safety, about boundaries, about how fast celebrity feuds can spiral when egos, relationships, and public humiliation collide. Fans started begging both sides to chill. Others egged it on. The chaos fed itself. And just when it felt like the rumors couldn't get any darker, a new whisper began circulating late at night, that Remy wasn't just angry. She was preparing for what nobody knows, a response, a revelation, legal action, or something else entirely. Whatever the truth is, the energy has shifted permanently. This doesn't feel like two celebrities beefing for clout. It feels unstable. And when instability meets rumor, the fallout is never small. Because if Remy Ma truly believes her life was threatened, even if that belief is mistaken, the next move will not be subtle. And the next chapter could change everything for everyone involved. As the rumors intensified, the entire situation slid into a zone that made even seasoned gossip watchers uncomfortable. What had once been messy online chatter now carried the weight of something heavier, something that felt volatile, and everyone could sense it. This was no longer about lyrics or shade. This was about perception, fear, and the way unchecked speculation can turn into a runaway train. According to swirling online claims, and again, these are unverified rumors, not proven facts, Remy Ma's inner circle allegedly went into full lockdown mode. Fans began repeating that she was being urged to stay off social media, avoid public appearances, and move quietly. Not because anything had been confirmed, but because the environment had become unpredictable. When narratives start involving words like danger and threat, the smartest move is often silence. At the same time, Claressa Shields, every move was being hyperanalyzed. A canceled appearance became suspicious. A delayed post became evidence. A vague caption turned into a coded message. None of it confirmed anything, but the internet doesn't wait for confirmation. It fills the gaps with imagination. TikTok creators started speaking in hushed, true crime tones. Twitter threads labeled BREAKING stretched for miles with no sources attached. The story had officially outgrown reality. Insiders, or people claiming to be insiders, began leaking contradictory narratives. One side claimed Remy felt genuinely afraid, not of Claressa directly, but of energy around the situation that felt unsafe. Another claimed this was all emotional fallout from public humiliation and personal betrayal, amplified by Remy's history and the internet's appetite for chaos. Neither side could prove anything, but both spread fast. What made this phase so explosive was the emotional framing. Supporters of Remy pointed to her past and said she knows when something isn't right. Supporters of Claressa fired back that accusing a world-class athlete of something so extreme based on vibes and rumors was reckless and dangerous. Comment sections turned brutal. The debate wasn't just about who was right. It was about how far speculation should be allowed to go before it becomes harmful. Then came the so-called voice note rumor. No audio ever surfaced publicly, but multiple blogs referenced it vaguely, describing an alleged message where Remy supposedly expressed fear and anger. The lack of evidence didn't slow it down, it sped it up. People started arguing about a recording nobody had heard. That's when the situation officially detached from facts and became narrative warfare. Meanwhile, Papoos's silence poured gasoline on the fire. Fans dissected his smiles, his appearances, his lack of commentary. Some accused him of choosing sides. Others said he was smart for staying out of it. His name trended alongside the two women despite him saying nothing at all. In celebrity culture, neutrality is often treated like guilt. Claressa Shields' defenders grew louder, warning that online speculation was crossing ethical lines. They reminded people that being a fighter doesn't make someone violent outside the ring. That confidence doesn't equal criminal intent, and that rumors can destroy careers even when they're baseless. Those voices were often drowned out by more sensational takes, because calm rarely goes viral. What truly escalated everything was the emotional language attributed to Remy. Phrases like, "this ain't entertainment anymore," and "people playing with real life" were repeated across platforms, whether accurately or not. Those words shifted the tone from gossip to alarm. Fans began saying they were worried. Others said the situation needed to be shut down immediately before someone got hurt, reputationally or otherwise. Still, no official statements, no police involvement confirmed, no legal filings, just silence from the principals and noise from everyone else. And in that vacuum, the internet did what it always does. It assumed the worst. By now, the story had taken on a life of its own. Blogs were hedging every sentence with "allegedly," but the headlines were doing damage anyway. Commentators began urging responsibility, reminding audiences that repeating unverified accusations can have real-world consequences. But the momentum was unstoppable. Late into the night, a new angle began circulating. That Remy wasn't just upset, she was considering responding in a way that would finally set the record straight. What that meant was unclear. A statement, receipts, legal action, or simply breaking her silence, the anticipation was suffocating. Because once someone who's been silent in the middle of chaos decides to speak, the narrative can flip instantly. And everyone knew that if Remy Ma came forward with her version of events, even framed as feelings, not facts, the fallout would be massive. At this point, the story isn't about what's true. It's about what people believe and how fast belief can become judgment. The tension is thick, the lines are blurred, and the consequences feel very real. And as fans refresh timelines, waiting for the next move, one question hangs in the air heavier than all the others. When Remy finally speaks, will it calm the storm or ignite something even bigger? By the time the third wave hit, the atmosphere around this situation felt radioactive. Even the people who thrive on mess started saying this didn't feel fun anymore. It felt unstable. The kind of unstable where one wrong word can flip the entire story from gossip to something far more serious. And according to the loudest whispers online, everyone involved knew it. What changed was the tone. The jokes disappeared, the memes slowed down, and in their place came something colder: fear, defensiveness, and damage control. People close to Remy Ma, or at least claiming to be, began circulating the idea that she wasn't trying to escalate anything. She was trying to protect herself, not from Claressa directly, but from what she believed the situation had spiraled into. Again, belief, not proof. But belief alone can drive drastic decisions. Insiders say Remy felt betrayed on multiple levels, publicly embarrassed, personally wounded, and in her mind pushed into a corner. One viral post claimed Remy told someone, "When it stops feeling safe, it stops being funny." That sentence lit a fuse. Fans interpreted it as confirmation that she genuinely feared harm. Others pushed back hard. Saying emotional distress doesn't justify dangerous accusations. The internet split clean down the middle. Claressa Shields, meanwhile, was being dissected frame by frame. Every smile, every caption, every cancellation. Some fans said she looked unbothered. Others said she looked tense. Analysts argued over body language like it was a courtroom trial. Claressa's supporters grew increasingly frustrated, warning that speculation was turning into character assassination. They reminded everyone that no evidence had surfaced, no reports, no charges, no proof of anything beyond online chaos. What made this stage so volatile was the waiting. Everyone sensed a response was coming, from Remy, from Claressa, from someone. The silence felt intentional, strategic, heavy. People began saying lawyers were involved. Others said teams were advising both sides to shut it down before it destroyed careers. Nobody could confirm anything, but the rumor mill didn't slow. Then came the most unsettling development yet, the shift from online debate to offline concern. Fans started posting messages urging both women to stay safe, to de-escalate, to remember children, families, futures. When fans start begging for calm, you know the narrative has gone too far. This wasn't about winning an argument anymore. It was about preventing harm, reputational or otherwise. Another alleged leak surfaced, this one claiming Remy was considering addressing everything directly, not with accusations, but with context, explaining how the situation made her feel, why certain actions, lyrics, or online energy triggered alarm bells for her personally. If that happens, it would change everything. Because framing something as emotional impact instead of criminal intent is a very different move. But the risk? The internet doesn't always respect nuance. On the other side, Claressa's camp was rumored to be furious. Not scared, furious. According to chatter, they believed the speculation was reckless and dangerous, and that Claressa was being unfairly painted as something she's not. Supporters warned that once certain words enter the public conversation, they never fully leave. Even if disproven, the stain lingers, and that anger could lead to a response of their own. The most dangerous element right now isn't violence. It's misinterpretation. When two powerful women are locked in a narrative neither fully controls, the story stops belonging to them. It belongs to algorithms, fan theories, and people who benefit from chaos. Every repost sharpens the edges. Every comment pushes the situation further from reality. As of now, nothing concrete has emerged. No confirmations, no charges, no official statements. Just two public figures caught in a storm of speculation that grew faster than anyone could contain. And that's what makes this moment so critical. Because what happens next will define how this story is remembered. If Remy speaks, her words will be treated as truth by some and manipulation by others. If Claressa responds, she risks amplifying a narrative she may want dead. If both stay silent, the internet will continue writing the ending for them. There is no safe option once a story reaches this size. And that's the real tragedy here. Two women who built their reputations on strength, resilience, and survival now caught in a narrative that threatens to overshadow everything they've worked for, not because of proven actions, but because of belief, perception, and fear. Right now, the culture is holding its breath, waiting for a statement, waiting for clarity, waiting for someone to pull the story back from the edge. But until that happens, the tension remains thick, unresolved, and dangerous in its own way. Because when celebrity feuds reach a point where people stop asking, who won, and start asking, is everyone okay? You know the line has already been crossed. And whatever comes next, a statement, a denial, a clarification, or continued silence, will not calm the internet. It will decide the narrative. The only question left is who gets to tell the ending, and who gets caught in it. If you're still here right now, don't scroll away like this is just another messy headline. This is one of those moments where the internet decides a story before the people in it ever get to speak for themselves. And once that happens, there's no rewind button. Silence gets interpreted, rumors harden into truth, and narratives get locked in whether they're fair or not. That's why engagement matters right now. Hitting like isn't about picking sides, it's about signaling that these stories deserve to be handled with attention, not reckless distortion. Commenting isn't about fueling chaos, it's about slowing the narrative down with perspective, questions, and accountability. And subscribing is about staying informed instead of being blindsided when the next update drops out of nowhere. Because make no mistake, there will be another update. A statement, a denial, a clarification, a receipt. Something is coming, and when it does, the entire tone of this story could shift in seconds. If you're not locked in, you'll only hear fragments after the damage is already done. This channel doesn't jump to conclusions, and it doesn't look away when things get uncomfortable. It stays, watches closely, and breaks down what's actually happening beneath the noise. Walking away now is how misinformation wins. Staying engaged is how conversations stay grounded. So like the video, drop your thoughts respectfully in the comments, and subscribe now, not later, because once the next chapter hits, everyone will pretend they saw it coming. The only people who actually will are the ones who stayed right here.